Welcome back to the Real Upper 90, guys. My name is Andrew, and I can't say that I'm glad to be breaking down this game today, to be honest with you, because I am very, very, very disappointed. Like, I'm so disappointed. I actually wanted to make a video yesterday just to sort of, unpack what really took place in that game against Girona. But I was just so emotionally drained and exhausted, and I was just so over it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until I got, calmer, level head before I speak, because if I did that video, it would not have been anything nice towards Barcelona. Because, guys, I don't know about you, man, but I'm so frustrated. I am so frustrated. Earlier in the season when Barcelona was just doing so poorly, they weren't performing, I unfortunately have become so numb to the terrible performances to the point where I'm like, okay, there's no expectations. So on a weekend when they're playing, I'll have the game going on while I'm sort of multitasking. I'm not like dedicating my time to sit down and watch it. And I'm like, okay, it's in the background. If they win, whatever, and even when they did win back then, it was like 2-1, 3-2, 4-3. It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't a really comfortable victory. So even in games that they did win, it just never felt good. There was no joy. And I just became numb, right? Fast forward to about, maybe two and a half months ago, when things really turned around after Xavi's announcement that he was leaving. The joy came back. There was excitement. There was enjoyment. Like, I could actually sit down for 2 hours and watch a game, right? And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, right? We went straight back to that mental place that we once were, where we cannot stand up in the face of adversity. Like, I don't get it. My mind is literally blown. I don't get it. We can't seem to stand up in the face of adversity, right? When I reflect back on the PSG game, the first leg in Paris, the thing that I took away from that game above everything else, I was like, forget everything else. The thing that I took away from that game, the most important and crucial part of that game, was our mindset and mentality, and the ability to stand up in the face of adversity, up against a really good opponent, away from home, got all their fans screaming at us, and we were, after going down 2-1, we were able to stand up, regroup, get our together, and then start playing football, right? And what happened? We turned it around. We went from 2-1 down to winning the game 3-2. In the reverse fixture, where things were not going really well for us in the very beginning, but we held it together. We got the go-ahead goal. But then once we conceded, after the red card, we fell apart against Real Madrid. Guys, I just don't know. I don't know. It's like we can't seem to control games. How do you score such spectacular goal, have the game under control, score a beautiful goal, and literally not even a minute later, straight from the kickoff, you concede? Like, what sense does that make? Like, where? Like, how can you be a team that is supposed to be an elite team in Europe, and these types of rudimentary mistakes keep happening? Then you look at Sergio Roberto, back passing the ball all the way to put it out for a throw. Put it out for a throw, regroup, get your shape back. Trying to get it all the way back to Ter Stegen, and essentially provided an assist, right? And even at that point, the game wasn't lost. But we just kept making mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, and it's so ugly. And when you look at, it's like a disease. Once it affects one player, it almost like it just spreads through the entire team. Because you look at a player like Kubarsi, he's been the revelation for us over the last few seasons, and all of a sudden, it's like even him is making mistakes. So, but here's the thing for me though, guys, right? The most scary part of this whole experience that we've been going through right now is looking ahead, right? Normally, I'm not naive. I know how to lose, right? But games like that yesterday, and games like the one against Villarreal, those games are embarrassing. Those are downright just embarrassing, disgraceful, hard to watch, shameful. All you can find any adjective. It's It's terrible. The performance was absolutely terrible. And the scary thing for me is that when you look ahead to next season, I mean, everything is kind of up in the air right now. We don't know who's coming and who's going, but what's for certain, this can continue. But the question is, will it continue? Because I don't know. When I look at Xavi, I rate Xavi as a coach. I mean, obviously we know what he means to the club and to everybody as a player. Those days are behind him. As a coach right now, I rate him, right? He's definitely up and coming. However, he's lacking certain qualities, the cojones, so to speak. He's lacking qualities that drive that fear factor in the players that get them to respond. When you look at a Klopp, Diego Simeone, you know, Pep Guardiola, these even Ancelotti, these guys have the characteristics, the cojones to like really stand up to their players and get them to react, get them to perform and produce as they're supposed to, right? Xavi's lacking that. And I feel like because of that, the players are just not responding. Because when you look at what happened yesterday, it's not Xavi, it's the players. The starting lineup was a little bit different from mine, whatever, maybe like 2 players off. But that's, you know, the lineup was fine. I mean, we got off to a positive start. Everything was looking great. We took the lead twice. So it's not about the lineup. It's about the mentality of these players and the ability to close out games, to maintain their shape, maintain their discipline throughout an entire game, right? It was so embarrassing. And when you look ahead, like where's the hope? Because at this point, Xavi's not the answer for me. He's not the answer. Some of these players are not the answer either. Gundogan, the most experienced and probably the most decorated player on our squad right now, right? Gundogan, Cancelo, Lewandowski, all these guys were just rubbish. And these are the supposed to be elite level players, right? And they were just shambolic. It was so disappointing. I'm so disappointed because they literally just took that feel-good factor out of me, and I'm sure out of all the Barcelona fans based upon that crazy performance on the back of losing to Real Madrid the way that we did as well. You know, so as I'm starting to look forward right now, Lewandowski, I've been saying this, he gotta go. And right now, to be honest, I'm okay with Gundogan. Let him go. Like, let's get rid of the ego out of the team. Gundogan gone. Lewandowski gone. Frankie de Jong gone. And right now, Sergio Roberto gone. I was on the fence with him, but he's gone. Gone. This guy has lost his confidence. Just go. Right? We need a fresh start. Let's bring in some effective players that are no names. Right? These are not household names. These are players who are coming in to do a job, and they're going to do it really well, right? We don't need the ego in the team because Xavi, I don't think that Xavi is able to massage those egos in a positive way. I feel like he's struggling with doing that because you look in the field, like he make the changes, right? Typically you make changes, you bring your subs in, they're supposed to impact the game, and nothing. And we walk away losing to our minority neighbors 4-2, just like they did in the first leg. Right? That is embarrassing and disgraceful, right? And you know, and then you have a player like Vitor Roque on the bench. Like, I don't know what's the deal with him and Xavi, but like, give this guy a go. Lewandowski is not performing. You bring on Ferran Torres, who is not a center forward. Give this guy a go. He's a natural number 9. That's his best position. And if he's flanked by creative players that can supply him, why not give him a go? You're already losing the game anyways. Just give him a go. Right? You bring in Ferran Torres for what? Ferran Torres is not a center forward. You know, so it's just like, I'm so disappointed. I'm so lost for words. Like, I don't know what's going. Barcelona has had this mentality issue for like the last 6-7 seasons now. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better. Right? At one point I thought we improved this season from that, but it doesn't appear to be that way. It seems like they're still struggling from that lack of just solid mentality and mindset. It's like you can't get punched in the nose and get up and keep fighting. It's Barcelona is literally like a boxer in the ring, sparring. Bam, they got punched in the face and they start crying, oh, and then leave. I'm done. I'm not fighting anymore because I got punched. What? You're in a boxing match. You understand what I'm saying? Like, get back in there, keep doing what you're doing, and eventually the quality will come through. It will come through as, you know, because there is quality in the team. They did it against PSG. They've done it in other games, right? But I don't know. Like, even it's so painful to see someone like Araujo just utterly shambolic. This is a guy who is as solid as a rock, and now it's just like he's all over the place. He's all over the place, and it's kind of rubbing off on Kubarsi, unfortunately, right? So honestly, at this point, Xavi just go. Give Rafa Marquez, right? Since if it's about money, let Rafa Marquez take over for next season, just for the one season. Now, if miraculously he does something unexpected, like winning La Liga, maybe reaching the semifinals of the Champions League, winning the Copa, something just wild, maybe we can look into giving him an extended contract. But let fresh blood come in, right? And hopefully he's sitting there on the sideline learning from Xavi's mistake and be able to come in and shake things up, because Xavi's not it. Xavi's a good, decent coach. He's up and coming. I like Xavi. He's not it though. He's not able to impact and influence these players in a positive way to get them to react the way they're supposed to. And as a result, it's costing the team, right? At least he has some, guts to start subbing Lewandowski whenever he's not performing. That's a start. But you got to be able to do this with everybody. The Gundogan and anybody else who's not performing. You have to be able to replace them and be bold about it. And especially in these last few games where we're literally not playing for anything. Yesterday we were playing for the second spot, which is important. Now we're not playing for anything, right? Change things up. Bring in some other players. Maybe we need to invest more in the young players, because they seem to give more than these seasoned veterans, right? I'm just so over this, guys. Like, I am just, like, I've been a Barcelona fan since 2002. Since 2002. As a result, anyways, I've been a fan for a very long time. And I've seen us gone through different eras, This by far is one of the worst. I remember at the end of Frank Rijkaard's stint, where the team was just utterly terrible. Like, they'll be leading the game 3-0 at the end of the first half and then lose that game 4-3 or tie 3-3, right? And, you knew that change was necessary. And it came in the likes of Pep. And, we've seen all the different transitions since Pep. But when you look at the squad right now, there's no life, guys. There's no life. And it's frustrating because the talent is there. These guys are so talented, it's there. But on game day, it's just like they're not delivering. They get punched, and instead of get up and keep fighting, they roll over. Like, come on. We got to do better. We need change. And looking at these remaining games, if this continue, I say, Xavi, just go. Please, for the sake and the love of the club, just go. I know you agreed to stay, just go. Because what's crazy, when Xavi announced that he's leaving, the team start playing better football. All of a sudden, magically, they start playing better football. Ironically, when he says that he's staying, then we go back to being the garbage that we once were. What's up with that? That tells me there's a divide between Xavi and some of these players. There's a divide with the mindset. There is a divide. You can't announce that you're leaving and all of a sudden it's okay, let's play. And then when you say something is off there, Xavi, just go, please. Just go, right? So, guys, that's all I got today, man. Like, I'm so depleted, deflated. I'm just done. Like, I wasn't gonna make this video, but I'm trying to be consistent. So, there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know everybody must be super disappointed right now. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what we should do. Looking forward for next season. Just get rid of Xavi. Should we keep him? Let me know what you're thinking, guys. And on to the next video, man. I hope you guys are enjoying your afternoon. And until the next one, just more peace, more love. Take care.